Stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1.
Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports.
Hello, everybody. Welcome into another edition of From the Rough, America's favorite golf podcast, right here on FanStream Sports. I am IndyCarTim, live from Dallas, Texas. Joining me on his show, Mr. Johnny Gerber, PGA of America member himself, John Gerber from Columbus, Ohio. You're a little bit closer to Britain than I am right now. So can you feel any of that British air coming over towards you for the getting ready for the British Open this week?
Well, first off, I appreciate the intro because that's the first time you got it right since the last time. Second off,
the last time.
That's the dumbest question I've ever heard in my life. Come on,
well, you're closer
man.
to Britain than I am. Well, you're just like a couple miles away, right? I mean,
Yeah, three.
Columbus and London.
3 miles.
Columbus and London are right across the river from each other.
Yeah,
right?
there is actually a London, Ohio, believe it or not. Like outside, it's like a suburb of Columbus, and they probably still got the same bad food and bad teeth and bad gear that London, England has. So, yeah, that being said, yeah, I am very close to London.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, London, Ohio is probably just as bad as London, England, I bet.
That's what they said. There's no running water in London, Ohio either, I don't think. So, just
is there
like
anywhere in Ohio?
Come on, Columbus, come on.
Come on. I don't know how close London is to Hoylake. Probably not very close. I'm probably going to get some dirty emails and tweets and stuff from people who know the landscape over there, but that's nothing new.
Well, you got your European shirt on, your European T-shirt on, so, you know, good
Maybe
for you.
Wear it.
No, I know I did. You just didn't know what it represented. The European Union T-shirt on, you know, that's just you.
It's the American defiance of the European Union.
You're the same person that puts ketchup on meat.
Never.
Yeah, you do.
I eat ketchup with my tater tots. That's the only thing I eat ketchup with.
Man,
that is only time ketchup touches my plate. I don't even eat ketchup with French fries.
Who's got the best tater tots in Dallas?
Ore-Ida frozen.
No, TG's.
Yep. Ore-Ida. TG's doesn't exist anymore.
Tailgaters.
Oh, tailgaters. I thought you meant TGI Fridays.
Oh, no.
I've never had tater tots from tailgaters.
Yeah, me and Jeb brought them in one day. Big bag. They hit.
I only eat frozen tater tots. Actually, Sonic has pretty good tater tots.
They do. Sonic does have. They do got good tater tots.
And that's the only time ketchup ever touches my plate.
Yeah, that's fair.
I gotta have mayonnaise. Mayonnaise? No. You are from Ohio. Benjamin Franklin's rolling over in his grave right now, knowing you put ketchup on eggs.
You blocked off. You went out. I like ketchup on my eggs.
That's a terrible take.
No, it's not.
I'm just telling you. We're going to take a poll here. If you like ketchup on your eggs, go back to Britain because that's where you're
sauce. From. No, they put the beans.
No, hot sauce is fine.
They put little beans and toast on there.
Oh God!
I'm just saying. I mean, we're trying to get into shitty food, just like the damn.
That's going to do it for us today.
I guess that's it. I guess that's it. Guess that's it, guys.
God almighty. There's never been a worse start to a golf show in the history of golf.
I know. Well,
I think we have the top 5 worst starts, right, ever.
But you know what? It's funny. The top 5 worst starts is like the most viewed damn shows that we have, which is crazy. Such
a train wreck. We are From the Rough. We are here to preview said British Open for you, as well as the Barracuda Championship, as we have co-events going on, co-sanctioned events going on. I thought we'd get into the Barracuda first to kind of knock that out of the way because, I don't know, to me that it's a little bit more interesting. I'm not going to lie because I'm a big fan of the Stableford system of scoring.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of this.
Yeah, what a cool event, right? And it's lending to, you got to make a lot of birdies, and you just don't really know where it goes. It lends to a little bit of kind of risk reward, and you're looking at some of these guys that are playing in a second tier event, and like we talk about all the time, it is still a PGA Tour event, but they're playing in altitude, right? Mm-hmm. They're playing out there in Reno, I believe it's Reno.
Tahoe Mountain Club.
Tahoe, and they're bombing it, dude, and the golf course is 7,600 yards, but it really plays like 6,800 yards. But it's pretty tight, and it's going to lend to a lot of birdies, a lot of cool things that goes on out there. A beautiful golf course. I mean, it's July, and you're going to see people watch this golf tournament on TV, you're going to see snow-capped mountains in July, man. And it's pretty cool. I remember a couple of years ago that they had a snow delay in the middle of July, right out there, and frost delay. So no, it's a cool event, man. It is. And it kind of replaced, I remember years back that they played that in Denver, the Stableford system that was really cool. And it really brought a lot of fanfare. It's just kind of different event, and it changed it up. And I think it's a really cool spot on the schedule that's compared next to the British Open.
Yeah, but it's a par 71 with a $3.8 million purse. Again, using that Stableford, the modified Stableford scoring format. There's 300 FedEx Cup points since it's an alternate field event here online, but those could be big points for some of these guys.
Yeah.
So the Stableford, for those that are unfamiliar or don't know, it's kind of rewards good play and it penalizes terrible play. And I love the fact that, let's see the breakdown here. You get 8 points awarded for a double eagle, 5 for an eagle, 2 for a birdie, 0 for a par, and then points are deducted for bogeys or worse. So last year's winner, your boy, Ches Reavie, 43 points was the winning score, beating Alex Noren by just 1, who had 42 points. Noren, by the way, last year put together 14 points in that final round.
Yeah.
Couldn't catch Reavie. But yeah, I just loved. Go ahead.
Yeah, it looks like, I mean, you look at a guy like Ches Reavie. We'll talk a little bit about him here in a few seconds. And, you know, he's one of the shortest guys on the PGA Tour, but with the altitude, this golf course is going to lend. It doesn't really favor a particular type of player. You know, some of these longer hitters potentially going to hit a lot of irons off the tee, and you get a guy like the defending champion Ches that can hit driver and kind of maybe because he hits it so straight, maybe not the longest guy, but with the altitude, you know, it plays, 12 to 17 yards difference further. So you're looking at something like that, man. And the cool part on it, you're going to see a lot. The leaderboard's always bunched, right? Mm-hmm. And you always have an opportunity to kind of finish towards the end. They got a couple par fives coming in towards the end that could create some drama. And, not unlike regular scoring system, your eagle's going to get you 5 points as opposed to an eagle's going to get you 2. And then the birdie's going to get you 2 as opposed to 1. So, it's all about points this week. Plus is good. Negative is bad. So it's you're kind of flipping the script a little bit when it comes to the scoring. But no, what a great event, man. The PGA Tour has always kept this type of event on the schedule, man. And I like these events.
No, I like the alternate scoring events as well. We don't have the match play anymore. And we've kind of discussed that on various shows if that will ever come back. And I really hope it does. It's just a good switch, from watching the same. And again, I love the way golf scores. Obviously, it's historic. It's what it is. It's the fabric of the game. But I still like watching, the match play. I like watching the modified Stableford, and I hope they keep these events, even if it's just one event each year with this alternate scoring. I'd even go with. I know there's other ways to do it. Throw something else in there. There's a lot of tournaments throughout the year. Let's just change it up a little bit.
Yeah, through the grapevine, here's what I hear, which is going to be cool. And I think this is a great spot for the schedule. I think they're going to put a match play event in the fall, kind of maybe 1 or 2 weeks before either the President's Cup or the Ryder Cup, which I think is genius for the PGA Tour, right? So you're getting these guys, these tour players, kind of conditions back to play in match play when they're getting ready to start playing in the President's Cup and the Ryder Cup, to get their mindset a little bit different as opposed to a normal stroke play event, because it's completely different how you play stroke play and match play. So I think that's a really cool opportunity for them to really do that, and look for maybe not this year, maybe next year as they kind of shuffle the schedule a little bit. Look for them to maybe have a match play event in the fall, maybe 1 or 2 weeks before the President's Cup next year.
That would be great. And like I said, I enjoy obviously golf the way it is, the traditional scoring system, but anytime you can mix it up, I think you get interest from a different audience, just maybe some curious people that would normally tune in. They're like, oh, what's this new scoring system? The casual golfer, the casual viewer on TV, they'll probably tune in more just to see what it's about and to see what the excitement's all about, even if it's an alternate field event like this opposite the last major of the season. But as we mentioned, it is a co-sanctioned tournament between the PGA Tour and the DP World Tour, as we've got those this time of year, as we had Scottish Open last week, and we hope you tuned in Monday to hear those recaps, because another one of our wheels off shows that just got great great downloads, great views.
Yeah, kill.
Real proud of it.
I didn't even get drunk. Usually our great shows when I'm in studio and we go through a couple. We go through the fridge. How about that? And,
yeah.
To all respect to Nancy and Jerome, I don't really do that here. So off the rails when I'm in studio is usually normal, but it's really good to see those off the rails shows when I'm kind of traveling a little bit and everybody's continuing to download and watch and appreciate our picks. And we were a little profitable last week too, so that helped.
Yeah, that helped with reviewing the picks and everything. Even though I lost somehow, my winner didn't even play but didn't withdraw. I still don't know really what happened.
Typical. That's typical for you.
That's typical for me. We'll get into our picks here a little bit later. Let's talk about real quick here before we get into the British Open. A couple of players to watch here that I thought were interesting for the Barracuda Championship. We're not going to go too deep down into the entry list here, but Ches Reavie, as we talked about a little bit, we touched on him. He's the defending champion here, and really playing really good golf right now. I think maybe his best golf of the season coming in here to Tahoe. Top 5 finish at the Travelers. That he followed by 2 more decent performances at the RMC and the John Deere Classic. Just barely won this tournament last year, but he hopes to take advantage of this unique scoring format and hoist the trophy again. And you're a fan of this guy, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, he kind of gets it done in a different way than the modern PGA Tour player. I mean, he's been out there for so long. The guy wins once every couple years. He works very, very diligent on his game. So he kind of gets it. He picks his spots. He always plays well at Hilton Head in some of these places that potentially that the Bombers just don't take advantage of. And the guy's a grinder, man. And he works hard on his game, and this is a spot for him. I'm surprised he didn't get in the British Open though. Like he's enough on that list. I thought he would be playing this week, and maybe he is. It's weird because there's a few guys that's playing this week and playing last week that are in the British Open that aren't playing. Like it was weird, and I'll have a couple guys off the top of my head, which makes zero sense. Like I don't understand. A couple past champions that are playing in that are exempt for the British Open decided not to play. Just like your boy Justin Leonard. I mean, he's exempt, but
calling him my boy.
He decided not to play this week and next week, the Senior British Open. So that just goes to show how big of a piece of shit that guy is.
Good. The golf landscape is better without him on the course or behind the microphone.
Yeah, who wants to watch that dude?
Nobody. Another interesting guy I thought coming into this week is Justin Suh. He had a really bad start to the season, but he's found some consistency lately. He missed the cut here last year. He's kind of looking to get some revenge maybe on the course and get his first victory on his PGA Tour career.
Yeah, I mean, this guy's he's ultra talented. He's used to that California kind of weather there playing at Cal. Just one of these guys that are just kind of one of these potential up and rising superstars, and it gives him an opportunity to have a start and maybe not the biggest field in terms of the ranked players in the world, but there's a lot of guys in these types of situations that are lending to that. And we'll talk about that a little bit on the card. I don't have him on our card. I just, his current form, going into this event just didn't lend me to put him on the card this week, man. But the guy's certainly talented. And I looked at, he had a good opportunity here at Memorial to have some success. He was a second or third, I believe he was a third round leader or one off the pace, and just, played terrible going into the last round. So I need to see a little bit more out of him before I pick him to get in that winner's circle. And also his odds were pretty short.
Yeah, we don't like those short odds guys either. Actually, it looks like you do looking at your cards a little bit. We'll get into that. This week,
I put a couple short guys because not for spite, but if Keith Mitchell doesn't win this golf tournament, I don't even know what the hell to say, to be honest with you.
We'll just save that till we get into our picks. However,
there's another guy that's exempt for the British Open. He's not playing. So
he's not playing. It shows you what he's thinking about his game right now.
I don't know what he's thinking about, but it's certainly not golf. And the guy's the most talented guy on the PGA. Taylor Pendrith is playing this week too, and he's exempt for the British Open. And he's not playing, and I don't know why.
Keith Mitchell hadn't won since the 2018-2019 season. feel like he's got a lot to gain here. He obviously feels like there's something wrong with his game because he's not over in Europe right now. He's got 4 top 10 finishes so far this season. He's the highest ranked golfer that will be competing at the Barracuda. He slowed down during his past few outings, but I mean, for his career and for a season to save it, he's got to bounce back here at Tahoe, right? That's probably why he's there.
Well, maybe they don't have passports, or maybe they're just not allowed to go out of the country. I don't know. You know what? To be honest with you, they might not be vaccinated. I mean,
do they still have that thing?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, they might be. There might be something there, and I don't know what it is. Oh yeah, they're super. I mean, they're super COVID over there.
I didn't know we were still paying attention to that.
Yeah, well, Dallas is its own country down there. We hadn't been doing that down there for 3 years, but there's something there. Like that makes no sense. Why would you not play in a major when you're exempt? Because I know they are. So I don't.
Maybe he doesn't have the money for airfare. Maybe he can't afford a plane trip.
Keith Mitchell buying all those damn cashmere sweaters, man. I don't know, man. Maybe he ain't got enough room for it. He's got to start playing better, because if he can't win this event, I mean, seriously, if he can't win this event, the guy's just soft. I mean, I don't understand what's going on. And the reason I put him on our card, and we'll talk about in a minute as our winners, if he doesn't win, or have a chance to win, he'll never be on our card again, ever. And I'll show up at his house. I will, and I'll have him write me a check for all the money that we lost on him because he's soft.
Because he's gutless.
Yeah.
He's a coward.
Yeah.
He's a Colin Coward.
I mean, he might, and he will be on the list. He's going to get on that list. He's going to get on. He hasn't got on that list yet, just because I kind of like his style. He's kind of, Cashmere Keith, man. He kind of joints around there, and he's cool. But I'm just telling you, he's never going to replace Colin Ware Coward, but he's going to be on that list for sure.
Before we get into the British Open, and before our break, let's get into the picks here real quick for the Barracuda, Johnny. And of course, I pick a winner, I pick a top 10, and I pick a top 20 for every tournament. My picks are, of course, for entertainment purposes.
And you didn't send me your picks this week, so I don't know who's what, like even for both. So you didn't tell me who you were picking.
Oh, I didn't, did I?
No. And a lot of times you will, and just to tell me to beware, and I usually do.
But all right. Well, you're hearing them for the first time then, right? So we'll see what your reactions here.
Is it going to be thumbs up or thumbs down? I'll let you know.
I think we've only got one crossover here for the Barracuda.
Well, that's down for you.
As my pick for the winner of the Barracuda Championship with 20-1 odds, Mark Hubbard. That wasn't up or down. That was just that was one of these, right?
You kind of flatlined it.
All right, that's better than what I usually do.
Yeah.
My top 10 at plus 350, Akshay Bhatia. I like him a lot, man. I like this guy. This guy's growing on me more and more every year.
Yeah, he's a good player. We those are two guys that are both on our card. I mean,
Hubbard's on your card?
Yeah, you didn't see it?
He's not on your card this week.
Maybe okay.
Not the ones that you sent me.
Okay.
But now I like to pick even more. And then my top 20 at plus 250, Mr. Grayson Murray for a top 20.
Can he stay sober 2 weeks in a row and play good? I don't know.
He might be like me, and he plays better after a 6-pack.
I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, sober, I'm a 16 handicap. Drunk, I'm about an 8.
Say that one more time.
No, that's all right.
Yeah.
Johnny's picks brought to you this week by Turf Life at Turf Life Club, turflife.club. It's the brand that salutes the consumers and industry players everywhere whose lives involve turf. It's not just a clothing brand, an apparel brand. It's a lifestyle brand. Head over to turflife.club today and pick up some of your apparel from the store. Get you a window decal, get you a t-shirt, coffee mug, any of that at turflife.club. And I'll see you over there. Johnny, here's your card for this week. Tell everybody what you were thinking here.
Yeah, another great opportunity here to kind of double dip. Man, I love it. Just 2 weeks back to back. A little bit of profit last week, but not really where we're looking at. But again, like we talked about a little bit on the Barracuda, Keith Mitchell, Cashmere Keith, we like him at 18-1. I mean, if this guy can't dominate this field, he might start teaching like I do, because he can't play if it comes to something like this, man. So this guy's got to really put it to the metal. If he stays out of those damn casinos there in Reno, he might be all right. He hits the ball plenty far. It's going to be a casual, relaxed atmosphere. and I like him there, even though it's short odds at 18-1. Another 18-1 pick we like this week, Patrick Rogers. We're waiting for this guy to break through a little bit, and I'm not really sure why he hasn't. Again, maybe he's just not tough enough to play the PGA Tour. I know he comes from well-stock of family. Stanford guy, beat all the records from Tiger Woods at Stanford. I don't know why this guy hadn't won yet, but if there's a great opportunity for this guy to break through at 18-1 here at the Barracuda, this is where it's at. And again, like Tim said, we do like this guy, Ashton Bhatia, 30-1. I think it's great odds. I mean, if you look at this guy, his PGA Tour starts, I don't believe he's missed a cut yet on the PGA Tour. Man, I really like his game. I mean, the game fits. He makes a lot of birdies, and it's just another opportunity and another start for Ashton Bhatia to really make some hay and make his name on the PGA Tour. And that value at 30-1, I really like. Ham sandwich pick this week is always Ryan Moore at 80-1. Ryan Moore has been in some great form this year. He's kind of rededicated his golf game. He's used to these type of climates, living in Las Vegas and this type of environment. Last couple weeks, how well he's been trending. That ham sandwich pick, man, 80-1. There's a lot of value right there at Ryan Moore with our ham sandwich pick. 2 top 10 picks this week. Taylor Pendrith plus 240. Only reason I didn't pick him to win. We've seen what he's done getting in that winner's circle, man, and it's so disappointing. Again, you look at a guy like Taylor Pendrith and Keith Mitchell had an opportunity to go over there and play in that major. Something's going on with their game. Maybe they lack confidence. Maybe they just don't want to go over there and eat beans and toast every week and drink warm beer and shitty food. I don't know what the hell they want to do, but apparently they feel pretty good in this spot, not really going over there. Taylor Pendrith, 240. Sam Bennett is our second top 10 pick this week at plus 400. I mean, what a great spot for this guy. The guy hits it long. I think if he gets enough starts on the PGA Tour, he kind of going into next year, he's only got a few spots left to kind of secure his PGA Tour card for next year. I think this is a great spot for him. I think he's smart enough. I think he's a good enough dog. I think he's a disciplined enough to really have some good success. And don't be surprised if he's got an opportunity to win, especially with that scoring system. He makes a lot of birdies, man. So plus 400 to jump in that top 10. I really liked him. Again, 2 top 20 picks this week. Ches Reavie at plus 170. Only reason I didn't pick him to win, it's very difficult for you to go back-to-back winners, man. It is. It's tough. And, maybe top 10 was a better pick, but I really liked him in his top 20. He's been playing okay. It's a shorter golf course for him. So, I really think there's an opportunity to make some money on him. Like I said, it would surprise the hell out of me if he doesn't finish, in the top 10 or top 20. But I just thought there was a little bit more security there, getting in that top 20 at plus 170. And our last pick this week at the Barracuda, Grayson Sigg at plus 200. The guy's a pretty steady player. He doesn't really make a lot of mistakes. The guy's going to make a lot of birdies. He's not going to make a lot of bogeys, so he's not going to get negative on that card. And I think he hasn't really played well this year, so this might be a good get right week for him to kind of go into that, last few tournaments on the PGA Tour. So that's our card for Barracuda Championship this week.
Very good. And you can find all of those picks and those little cute graphics there on social media. Johnny has them on his Twitter at Gerber PGA Pro. The show Twitter is at From the Rough PGA. You can go find them there. Find them on Johnny's Instagram. Find them on Facebook. On the new Threads, you can follow me on Threads at IndyCarTim and on Twitter at IndyCarTim. We post those all every Wednesday morning, kind of for you. As soon as Johnny gets them to me, I'll post them up there, and we'll follow those for you. And of course, have the recap on Monday's show. Let's take a quick break, Johnny. Then we're going to get into the upcoming British Open from out there in Royal Liverpool. We are From the Rough, and we'll be back after this.
Hello, sports fans. FanStream Sports.
Hey, you like golf? There's a good chance you do, because I said so. But what do you need playing golf? Well, you need clubs, right? Clubs, you need balls. The thing that people don't usually think about is that golf bag. And that's what most people see when they look at your golf clubs, like right off the bat. And if you've got a raggedy bag, it's not doing you any favors, bud. So get you a new bag. Go over to orca-golf.com. orca-golf.com. Why are you going there? You're going there because you want a golf bag, but you want one that's kind of screams you. So you want to pick the colors. Well, you can use your own custom colors. Maybe you have a logo in mind. Maybe it's your logo. You're like Prince. You just have a symbol. That's the case. Dude, you can get your logo on there. Your name, just get it done exactly like what you want it done. By actual designers. Nothing goes out of their factory without the approval of the founder, Erica Bennett, who is just brilliant. We've seen some of her bags. We've got one of them actually in the studio. You know what? Dude, it looks good. If you want other people to look at your golf setup and go, man, that just screams Frank. You want that? Then go over to orca-golf.com. Do yourself a favor and use the promo code DSP10 for 10% off and free shipping. I'll say that again, DSP10 for 10% off and free shipping. So do it today because Orca Golf is the best choice in the game.
Hi, golfers. IndyCarTim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything. Turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
All right, guys, time to talk a little bit about Turf Life. You've seen the hats on our heads. You've been or seen the video of the studio. You've seen that the decals are all over the place. Turf Life. Man, it's the brand that salutes the consumer and industry players everywhere whose lives involve turf. What does that mean? It means if you play or have a business or, maybe you're a sports educator, you're going to be on turf at some point. So you live the turf life. So go ahead and tell everybody you live the turf life by having your Turf Life window decal or, the hat or the keychain or the something. Along that lines, just go to turflifeclub.com and become a turf head. That's what it's called when you live the turf life. You're now a turf head. And you can go join the club today, snag that window decal, or snag any other special Turf Life accessories, and go over there to that website, which is turflifeclub.com, and get your stuff and show everybody that, man, I'm all about that turf life. And then you just kind of raise your coffee mug at them and go, yeah, turf life, baby. That's what it's about. And then that's the end of the commercial. Ding. That means it's done in microwave talk.
Hey, listeners, make sure you check out the brand new Fan Stream Sports in-studio text line. You can reach us during any of our live shows or 24/7 at 214-937-0569. That's 214-937-0569. Text us 24/7, day or night, and we'll reply to you and make you part of the show.
Coming back at you. Now, more Fan Stream Sports.
Welcome back to From the Rough right here on Fan Stream Sports. I'm IndyCarTim. That is PGA of America member Johnny the Gerbman Gerber he's live from Columbus. I'm here in Dallas. We are previewing the 151st British Open. Yes, the British Open.
Hold on, I'm going to do something that's going to shock you.
Uh-oh. Shock me?
Yeah.
You can take your shirt off again?
Not again.
Oh, that was me.
That won't shock you. That would impress you.
I don't know about that. Uh-oh, he's going behind the curtain, boys and girls.
Hold on. Maybe I won't.
Maybe he will. Maybe he won't. We hope you enjoyed our preview of the Barracuda Championship, though, from Tahoe in Johnny's picks. We're going to get into Johnny's picks for the British Open coming up here towards the end of the half hour here. And don't forget, right here on Fan Stream Sports, 7 o'clock Central, Mondays and Wednesdays, you can hear the Colby Sapp and IndyCarTim show. Just a barrel of laughs. It's a little bit of sports. What is that? Who are you, sir?
If you're going to wear a European shirt, I'm going to wear a hat. Turf Life hat. I'm going to wear my Turf Life hat.
Well, I think you should wear it on the show, though.
Why?
Because it looks bad on camera with your green screen.
Oh, it does?
Not blending real well, yeah.
Well, my hair's messed up now.
No, it's not. It looks the same as it did when you were born.
I did have a big head of lettuce.
I bet you did.
Yeah.
You kind of are a big head of lettuce.
I know.
It's the way we roll around here, though.
I wear the hat. I would see.
That's the second time since I've known you I've seen you wear a hat.
You didn't remember my name the first time. You had to introduce yourself.
No, I knew who you were because I was on your Facebook with you and your stupid sunglasses, and we don't even need to get into that. That should be a whole nother show.
That's a different show.
It's a different show, yeah. So what are we drinking now? What'd you make?
No, I just got Gatorade.
Did you make a cocktail?
No cocktails. No.
Cocktails are good.
Yeah, they are. They are good. No cocktails in the Gerber household.
Oh, at all?
No.
Oh, I can't come visit then.
No, you can. You just gotta stay next door.
Jerome doesn't drink beer?
No.
No whiskey?
Nothing. My mom drinks a little amaretto every once in a while when she gets pissed off at me. So that's probably every day at this point.
So she's probably drinking a lot these days,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah. That's what she's doing.
I like other guys.
That's probably why she's drinking it. Johnny, the 151st British Open Championship is right here upon us. There's 156 golfers competing, and we're trying to dwindle it all down to, the top 9 or 10, I guess.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because when you look at the last major that we just had, the U.S. Open out in Los Angeles at Los Angeles Country Club, do you think anybody had Wyndham Clark like in their top 10 to possibly go ahead and win that thing?
No, certainly not. But that also lends to an opportunity to where no one really knew the golf course, right?
Yeah.
So everyone from scratch, in 2000, and not a lot of people know this golf course either. 2014 hasn't been that long ago when Rory won here, but they're not going. Most of these guys aren't going into it at scratch, right? Like LA Country Club. A lot of these British guys maybe have a little bit of an advantage, maybe a little bit because they probably played a little bit more than most. But man, really the strategic is a kind of a placement here more so than length. There's more bunkers on this golf course than any British Open course in the Rota. So there's more strategy here probably than most to kind of get out of to not really hit any of these bunkers. When Rory won and when Tiger won here, they didn't hit I think Rory maybe hit in one bunker. Tiger didn't hit in any bunkers. So, that's one of these things that you can kind of eliminate some of these guys, maybe the first couple rounds that are hitting these bunkers. It's going to play a little softer probably this year than it does in the most. You could probably see if the people are watch the coverage, it's a little greener. So, the ball's potentially not going to roll. Mm-hmm. So they got to calculate a little bit of that in their rollout when it comes to stuff like that. So it'll be interesting. I don't think they're going to get any more rain this week, and it's going to probably blow 25 maybe. So I think the golf course is going to change a lot from when they've done their prep work and their practice rounds to potentially the end of, the final round or certainly third or fourth round with no rain, more wind. I think it's going to dry out. So I think the prep work this week is going to be really key for a lot of these guys to have some success.
So as you mentioned, Rory McIlroy had his last major win here 9 years ago, the 2014 British Open here at Hoylake. He's fresh off a pretty wild Scottish Open victory. We talked about it on Monday, and he's attempting to win. It's hard to say, right? Like his first major in 9 years. Like, did anybody think in 2014 it was going to be this long before he won again? I mean, I feel like that was this is something that's just like unheard of for him.
Certainly not him. I promise you that. I mean, and it's man, how do you explain it? I mean, that's one of these things in golf, man. How do you explain how's Rory? How's it been 9 years since he won a major? Right? It's not like he has, and he hasn't really fallen off in the last 9 years. He hasn't been really out of the top 10 in the world either, but he just hasn't won a major. It's not like his game fell off the earth and he went in this huge slump. He was always stayed in the top 10. It's just he just hadn't won a major. So if you look, 9 years, so you have 4 there, so you have 30, 40 majors, right, that he hasn't won. So, it's just one of those weird things, dude, that how do you explain it?
No, it's crazy. I think another significant story here is Scotty Scheffler. The last time he finished in the top 12 in a professional golf tournament, Mississippi State and Alabama were in a top 25 matchup during week 8 of the college football season. So it's been that long. He's had a hugely successful 2023 with wins at the Players and the Phoenix Open. But, statistically, he's having one of the greatest seasons in history. But, dude, he hasn't won recently. So,
well, we got spoiled with him, right? I mean, That's really the bottom line. We got spoiled with him winning so much so early. what are you going to do? Winning for Scotty Scheffler is all predicated on his putting. His ball striking's never wavered, from him winning and not winning. It's all about his putting. And again, that's a little bit fool's gold. When I tell these people, he hits it so well and he has so many chances, he's just not really making them. And, his ball striking is on the parallel track of what Tiger did, those stats, right? He's just not making those putts, man. And if he's an average putter, I think the last probably 7 weeks, he's like 125 on the PGA Tour in putting. If he's just 50th, cut that in half, he wins almost every tournament comparative to his ball striking. His strokes gained, putting, tee to green, wedge game, everything else is so much more dominant like Tiger used to be. If he just has an average putting week, I think he's got a chance to win. I don't think he likes the slower types of greens that they're going to have here really to have some success. He likes those really fast greens, those US Open fast greens, like Augusta. I just think the slower greens for him, I don't really think him being he's not really aggressive putter, and he has to be a little bit of an aggressive putter with his stroke this week. So that's why we don't really have him on our card.
Man, I saw an interesting stat too. I can't remember where I read this, over at CBS Sports somewhere, I think. Scotty Scheffler, tee to green strokes gained this year, 194. I don't remember what the next two were. I know one of them was Rory, and I think John Rahm was the next guy. But at 194, Scheffler has more than both of those guys put together.
Yeah.
So
he's crazy.
He's lapping the field like in that stat, and it's insane to me. I mean, it's not like he's playing poorly. Like you said, it's all predicated on his putting, but
he's not playing poorly at all.
At all.
He's just putting. He's just not putting as well as he normally does. And John Rahm fits that category too. He's such a superior ball striker, and Rory does too. I mean, Rory gets a little bit sideways with the driver, and it kind of costs him some strokes. But Rory's strokes gained from the tee is a lot less than Scheffler and Rahm. But all three of those guys kind of fit that category. If they just put average for PGA Tour stats, those three guys could probably win. One of those three guys are going to win every week. They're just such superior ball strikers. But, that's why putting is one of the most, if it's not probably the most important part of the game, man, is putting. And, when these guys are just average putters for PGA Tour standards, they're going to finish. I mean, it's not like they're missing cuts. They're finishing like 10th. Right. And on the average putting weeks. And if they have a little bit better average or a little better than average putting week, they win. They just win. That's how good of ball strikers they are.
It's been 15 years since someone went back to back at the British Open. And it's a tough place to win consecutive majors because, I mean, luck has as much to do with any of it as anything else does.
Well, especially the British Open, because you're playing different golf courses.
Exactly,
right?
exactly.
And all these golf courses over there, the British Open, they all have different characteristics. They all play different. They're all different types of places. There's a reason why there's multiple winners at Augusta is because they play there you play there every year, and the guys get the nuances right. They know how to play the golf courses, and it really never changes. That's why you rarely see a back-to-back PGA Championship winners or US Open winners.
Right, when they rotate.
Rarely,
like that,
rarely.
sure.
You do. I mean, Andy North, Tiger, things like that. But that's just because they were so much better that week. Didn't make mistakes.
Right. So the reigning claret jug holder, of course, Cam Smith, is going to have his hands full, I think, with both the field and the golf course because this is way more challenging off the tee, I think, than the old course at St. Andrews where they played. But, man, he's playing good golf right now. He's probably undervalued a little bit because he plays for LIV now. He's got 8 consecutive top 12s worldwide. He made the cut at all 3 majors this year. 2 of those he finished in the top 10. He's 8th in total strokes gained over the last 3 months. He probably won't win, like we said, because it doesn't happen much for repeat winners at the British Open. But don't write him off just because he plays for LIV. I mean, this guy's playing really good golf right now.
Yeah, how do you not take him either in the top 10? We didn't do it, but top 10 or top 20. The only reason why we didn't is because there's not a lot of value. Like you for the money that you have. Huh?
I might have.
Well, I mean, if you want to put up $100 to win $105, that's fine. I mean, that's your call, but it's not how I kind of do things. So that's kind of on you. I know that $5 bills get you some tater tots at Sonic, probably.
They do.
I know. I mean,
good tater tots.
I think it's like $3, and then you get that chili cheese on there too, don't you?
Not on the tots, dude.
Oh, you don't?
I'm not on the. I'll do that on the hot dog, but I don't. Yeah, I don't usually do chili cheese tots.
Hot
I just
dog.
like tots.
Hot dog.
Hot dog. Jordan Spieth.
Nice segue. Hot dog and Jordan Spieth.
Hot dog and Jordan Spieth. Man, Jordan Spieth's kingdom, exists at Augusta, but man, I just don't know about him over in Europe, right? Like,
well, he's won. I mean, he won the British Open, so I mean,
I
there's
know
some value there. But I mean,
he's just not playing well, man. He
you
hasn't played well since the RBC.
How can you? Well, the injuries hasn't helped, right? And we're not breaking any news flashes here, and we're not going to talk about it. But he's got some other business stuff on the line that maybe potentially is taken away from maybe his golf a little bit, and that's just the way it is. I mean, Jordan Spieth, as a superior golfer as he is, one of the best in the world, he's still a business person. And I know firsthand some of these business opportunities kind of taking away a little bit of golf. He just had a baby, so life's coming at him fast a little bit. And I mean, gross. You went through it 27 times. How's that?
Not on purpose.
You should be normal. That should be normal to you right now.
Not on purpose. Nobody should have kids on purpose.
Nobody should have kids with you.
Gross. No, that's true, because I don't want any.
Well, you got
Wish I could take them all back.
You got the European Union shirt on. That's why.
Gross.
You do.
Do they play hockey over in Europe?
They do.
Wait, is Europe a country?
I
don't know how things work over here.
Apparently
it's not part of America. It must be part of New York.
It is part of New York. Might as well
Figures.
It's dirty like New York.
Gross. So dirty. We're going to get into our picks here coming up after the break. We are From the Rough right here on FanStream Sports. We'll be back after this.
Hello, sports fans. FanStream Sports.
Hi, golfers. IndyCarTim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
All right, guys, time to talk a little bit about Turf Life. You've seen the hats on our heads. You've been or seen the video of the studio. You've seen that the decals are all over the place. Turf Life. Man, it's the brand that salutes the consumer and industry players everywhere whose lives involve turf. What does that mean? That means if you play or have a business or, maybe you're a sports educator, you're going to be on turf at some point. So you live the turf life. So go ahead and tell everybody you live the turf life by having your Turf Life window decal or, the hat or the keychain or the something. Along that lines, just go to turflifeclub.com and become a turf head. That's what it's called when you live the turf life. You're now a turf head. And you can go join the club today, snag that window decal, or snag any other special Turf Life accessories, and go over there to that website, which is turflifeclub.com, and get your stuff and show everybody that, man, I'm all about that turf life. And then you just kind of raise your coffee mug at them and go, yeah, turf life, baby. That's what it's about. And then that's the end of the commercial. Ding. That means it's done in microwave talk.
Hello, golf friends. It's IndyCarTim from the Rough. I want to take just a minute here and tell you about our new friends over at Orca Golf. They make high-quality PGA Tour grade golf bags, and they're the best in the business. They're the real deal. They're the best bags I've ever seen. They even designed a bag for the Golden Bear himself, Jack Nicklaus. Head over to orca-golf.com and pick up a great bag from their catalog, or let them customize one just for you. You can use your own custom colors, your own logo, you name it. You work with actual designers, and nothing goes out without the approval of founder Erica Bennett. She's just brilliant. Visit orca-golf.com. That's orca-golf.com, and use our promo code DSP10 for 10% off and free shipping. Do it today. Orca Golf, best choice in game.
Guys, let me tell you about Bay Area Modern Medical Center. Are you experiencing low sex drive, fatigue, hot flashes, moodiness, and you just don't feel like you have the vitality you once had? You're not just getting old, it's likely low testosterone. Studies over the last 20 years show a shocking decline in younger males aged 16 to 39. Older men have seen a sharp decline as well. do something about it. Go see my friend Christopher Lugo at Bay Area Modern Medicine. Testosterone replacement is not a frivolous treatment. It takes a professional, targeted approach that focuses on total body wellness, vitality, and emotional stability. Not a one-size-fits-all approach like many clinics use. They will monitor your blood work and adjust your treatment as needed for optimal results. Call 844-977-3477 or go to BAMMC.com.
Hey, listeners, make sure you check out the brand new FanStream Sports in-studio text line. You can reach us during any of our live shows or 24/7 at 214-937-0569. That's 214-937-0569. Text us 24/7 day or night, and we'll reply to you and make you part of the show.
Coming back at you. Now, more FanStream Sports.
Welcome back into FanStream Sports and From the Rough, America's favorite golf podcast. Wrapping things up here on a Wednesday for you, getting ready to offer our picks. More importantly, Johnny's picks for winners, top 10, top 20 over at the British Open this coming weekend. My picks, of course, for entertainment purposes only. They're not even sponsored because nobody even follows them, and that's okay with me.
I'm getting texts, why are you wearing a European Union shirt?
I'm not. I'm wearing a USA of America shirt.
Well, wherever you got that shirt at, they're confused. They're probably out of business now.
I ordered it from somewhere in Europe.
Yeah.
I thought it was weird they were selling America shirts over there.
Makes sense.
My picks, and I always pick a winner, top 10, and a top 20 for every tournament, and it's fun to see Johnny's reaction, especially when he doesn't know who I picked. And I did not send him my picks this week for any of it, and he was a little lukewarm on my Barracuda championship picks, and that's okay. That just means he's scared. So we'll see. We'll see how he does here.
I'm scared of two things, and you know what they are. One we can say on the air, one we can't. I'm scared of snakes. The other one we can't say. So,
What's the other thing?
We can't say it on the air.
Bald people?
No.
I mean, I know you don't trust anybody who doesn't drink.
Yeah.
Except maybe your dad.
Yeah, well, yeah.
That's Jerome.
Parents are excluded. I mean, that's just different. I don't trust anybody who don't drink. They're hiding some shit.
That's right. There's a reason. And it's probably a dark reason.
Oh, yeah.
My picks for the British Open, the 151st
they got dolls in
British
the closet.
Open instead of skeletons.
Yeah.
From Royal Liverpool Golf Club in Hoylake, England. Johnny, my winner at 16-1. When he wins, I'm going to make more than 105 on 100. Cam Smith.
Okay.
Oh, God, that's a scared reaction right there. How about my top 10?
Not going to win, but.
I know. How about my top 10, though, as we get some music going here. As we get my boy, our friend here from the Dallas-Fort Worth area, plus 500, Bryson, for a top 10.
I like that. I didn't pick him. I didn't know that's not a bad pick, really. That value, a top 10, plus 500 for Bryson.
Yeah, I thought that was great too.
Really good value. The only, like I said, the reason why he's probably plus 500 to finish in that top 10 because you haven't seen any form out of him, but I think he's playing pretty well. I think he's motivated to play out there, and this guy's strategically right. He's not going to hit any of those bunkers. Like he's calculated that way. That might be your best pick ever.
Really? I just liked the value in the position. I mean, I thought,
I mean, that means he's going to miss the cut, but I like the pick.
That's his fault, not mine.
Yeah, I mean,
he can come find me if he's got a problem with it.
He knows the studio. We're going to get him on. We're going to get him in the studio.
I know.
In the off season, we'll get him in the studio. That'd be fun. We're
going to see if he can break one of the windows in the studio with a golf ball.
No, not those windows.
Well, we just want to see.
It cleaned or uncleaned? Because I heard the show on Monday that they're not. You guys are pissed off because no one's cleaning the windows.
You can't see through them hardly. I don't know if that's a tree or a freaking centipede outside our window.
That's probably for the best. They don't want to see inside us anyway. See what the hell we got going on.
They're clean on the inside, just not the outside.
That's all right.
I think Colby comes and cleans every night. And here I had an issue with value. I promise
you, Colby doesn't come and clean every night.
Doesn't clean anything ever anywhere.
You're right there, Colby. I know we're not talking behind your back.
He can't hear us, I guess. Or he's just gonna get back at me later. And I had an issue because you always taught me about value, right? Looking for value first and names that don't always pick favorites because you just don't make a ton of money on them. And I had a lot of trouble, especially in the top 20, trying to find somebody that had any value whatsoever, because all the guys I liked were like nothing. You weren't going to make any money on them. It was not worth making the bet. So the closest I could come to anybody with any value was plus 135 with Dustin Johnson. I didn't like anybody.
Well, when you get to that top 20, you got to kind of think outside the box, right? I mean, not a big name, and maybe you look at a European player that might create some value with the top 20 pick. I mean, they only have to have a really solid weekend to get in that top 20. And you know who you missed out on that you picked the last couple of weeks that I really like? He's on our card. Adrian Meronk, man. I mean, this guy.
Yeah, I had him a couple weeks ago.
This guy has the ability, and don't be surprised if you see him on top of that leaderboard, at the first couple rounds. I mean, doesn't this British Open lend to, like, you see some names that most people don't really know who they are, the kind of the first couple days, and it's pretty cool, a cool story, and they don't always hit that winner circle, right? And I think this Adrian Meronk guy kind of fits that category. I'm surprised you didn't pick him because he was pretty good value. I thought to finish in that top 20. Did we have him in the top 10 or top 20? I don't remember, but I know he's on our card.
Yeah, you've got him in the top 20 there. So speaking of Johnny's top 20, let's get right into it here as we put it up on the video screen on our Jumbotron here in the studio. Tell us about your card, Johnny.
Yeah, man. How about this? I mean, I love these types of weeks. This is the last week we're going to kind of double dip when it comes to Barracuda. And we're going to in the British Open like we had last week. A little profit last week, not where we wanted to, but had some great opportunities last week. So that's telling me, man, my thought process is pretty good. So I'm looking at this card. And how many times you ever had Brooks Koepka at 20-1 to win a tournament, especially in a major? I thought there was
crazy.
Great value with Brooks Koepka. The only rub with Brooks I didn't like is this is his fourth week on the road. He's got a kid coming here pretty soon. If it was any other player on the PGA Tour, I would worry about that, but not for Koepka. And you know how I feel about Koepka. All the watchers out there know it. So if I'm picking him, I really feel good about Koepka, his game, and how he's able to kind of separate those types of things. But at 20-1 with the wind blowing, man, used to that South Florida wind, man, I really like him at 20-1. Second pick on the board this week, hometown guy, Tommy Fleetwood, 22-1. Coming into great form. Great finish last week, shooting that 63 or 64 in that final round. And I really firmly believe that kind of trending coming into a major championship that week, maybe going into your last round. I really like that. These guys kind of feeling good about their game going into the last round of a tournament the previous week. So this is why I like him. The only little worry about Tommy Fleetwood is you're going to be a little bit too much pressure being a hometown guy there, but I really think he's got an opportunity and some really good form. I like him at 22-1. And our third pick on the board this week, as Tim would say, Justin Johnson. He had, if you guys followed our initial post, he said Justin Johnson. Well, I didn't say
it. It was a typo.
Okay, well, that just goes to show how off the radar Dustin Johnson is, right? I mean, it's crazy. It is crazy that you're able to put Justin Johnson on there, JJ instead of DJ. I mean, is this guy really forgotten? He's 30-1 in a major. Like,
nobody cares.
In a major. This is a guy that can loof around this place and shoot probably 10 under par. I'm not sure if that's going to be good enough, but man, 30-1 with Dustin Johnson, I will take that all day long with value, man. And you will not see that very often at 30-1. So I loved him. Our ham sandwich just picked this week, Corey Connors at 80-1. One of the better, he's top 10 ball strikers on the PGA Tour. He's going to think around this place very fantastic. He played pretty solid the last couple rounds. Last week at the Scottish Open, if it gets windy and it gets a little chilly, he's used to that being from Tim's country of Canada. The only thing I'm worried about is he's strong enough. Is he soft like Tim, being from Canada, to really kind of take this trophy? And I'm not. That's only my concern. But 80-1 with Corey Connors, man, I'll take it all day long. 2 top 10 picks this week, as always. Terrell Hatton at plus 240. Man, I don't know what to say, dude. He had this thing in the bag last week. I really think so. Until he did what he did the volcano going into those last 3 holes. I hate how he finished. I think that momentum on top of making a hometown game, man, I didn't like him to win. And he's been playing some fantastic golf, but for the value that I like, I don't like his current form going to the last round in these last 3 golf tournaments that he's played. But I'll take him at 240 and finish in that top 10 because he hasn't missed that mark. Second top 10 pick this week, Denny McCarthy at plus 900. As we say every week, best putter in the world. He's going to strategically move around this place. It's not an overly long golf course. I think he's going to pick his spots. And if there's an opportunity for him to get up and down, maybe on the last hole, and kind of move around this place with the best putter in the world, I like him at value at plus 900. Don't be surprised if he's if he's in that top 2 or 3 in the first round. It's kind of what he does. 2 top 20 picks this week. Patrick Reed at plus 260. Kind of another one of those guys that's forgotten that's playing the LIV Tour, but he's really good in the wind. Maybe has a little something to prove. Maybe feels good in his element. He's kind of sitting back there. No one really gives a shit about Patrick Reed over there, so maybe that's where he thrives, man. And last top 20 pick this week, Adrian Meronk, plus 420. This guy, when I saw him at the match play in March in Austin, along with Sepp Straka, I thought I didn't think anyone else in the world could hit a golf ball better than those 2 dudes. This guy is a little underrated when it comes to on the bigger stage. He's a world beater on the PGA Tour or on the European Tour. He's going to make the Ryder Cup team, and at plus 425, I think this guy is really good. My only concern a little bit if it gets super windy, he's a really high ball hitter. But these guys out there know how to fight a little bit better. But I think this guy's a world-class player, and there was some really good value at plus 425 to finish in that top 20.
Very good. Well, there you go. There's Johnny's picks. Pay attention to as you follow golf this weekend, and that's going to do it for us right here on From the Rough on FanStream Sports. We'll be back on Monday to recap both the Barracuda and the British Open. We'll go over Johnny's picks.
Monday.
What's that? Oh, we won't be here
Monday. So we're going to have to do a big show on Wednesday. I will be out of pocket on Monday. I am going to play a 36-hole event in Kansas City on Monday. So we won't be here on Monday. I'm just letting everybody know now, and I'm letting you know now.
Yeah, it's the first time hearing about it.
Well, I just signed up today, so can you give me a little time?
No. Don't they know you have shows on Mondays and Wednesdays? Why are they scheduling tournaments?
I mean, I could do a show like when I'm like making birdie, like driving around the golf cart.
Well, if we got to wait for you to make a birdie to do a show, there's probably just not going to be a show.
Now that'd be the first hole.
That's not pronounced the same as a bogey.
That's you.
They're different.
That's you.
That is me. All right. Well, then we'll be back on Wednesday. We'll probably double up and do a recap for you of the British Open, the Barracuda, and then preview the rest of the season. Let's just throw all the tournaments into one bag and we'll just shuffle it around and see what we can preview for you. But we'll be back Wednesday. Enjoy all the golf this week. Until Wednesday, boys and girls, y'all keep hitting them straight.
Hey, can you hear me?